day 8 of 30 days of scrapbooking. Sorry, 30 days, good Lord, can I talk? Best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Ooh, I got it out. This is today's sketch, and it's really tiny, so I'm going to bring it up here. I thought about zooming in, but it's going to make my screen weird. So it's a 12 by 12. It looks like a pattern paper on a frame, and then there's 11, and I counted them because I printed some pictures out, and I'll show you, of these little 2¼ by 2 inches, and then just a couple little spots where there's like, you know, random clustery stuff. This is from Scrapbooks, etc. It looks like. Now, I have got these pictures. We went to vacation, and I had a whole bunch of pictures from the Wax Museum. And in my head, I was already kind of struggling with how am I going to put those things on, you know, what was I going to do with all those pictures? Because I took a lot, y'all. But I was really pleased after I saw this because I go, oh, I can use these. Now, that being said, I did print them on my selfie. And I measured, and this is actually more, instead of 2 by 2¼ it's like 1½ by 2. So that's okay. We're going to make it work because I'm not reprinting all this stuff on bigger papers. I like the way this kind of looks. It's tiny, but it's enough to give me the sense of, now some of these are extra because I don't, 11, it was going to waste a whole bunch. So I put a few little extra things. I'm going to figure out some other kind of way to use those, but these other ones I'm going to use. So I'm going to cut them up small. The paper I'm going to use, I found this the other day looking for something else, and I come across, and I go, oh, that's so cute. It's this, it was a mini theme, Echo Park, oh snap. It's got these cameras and things, and I think, well, let me say this first. I'm going to make this little tan kind of color the background, and so, because it's kind of neutral. I got in a stash and found this cardstock, which kind of goes, well, it goes with this little red, that stripe there. And my thinking is, and I'm going to mat these, I think, in that, so that they're real bright and colorful. But I may end up using either, you know, these kinds of things in some of the, I'm not sure. I may use this like in one of the spots. Or alternatively, it's got this great paper here with all these little cameras. And I may cut some of these out and use them in the little spots. Because it also has this cool photo strip paper here too, which is technically the back side of this. So I'm thinking I might can somehow use that. And I do like this stripe. I just don't know. I have a small piece too, so I may end up using it in some of the squares. But I think I have enough to work with to make a cute layout here. Like I said, I got these stickers. I may get into the stash of goodies over my maybe wood veneers or something. I'm not really sure yet. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So first what I'm going to do is cut all these pictures down. Figure out from a mat perspective. I got to be careful with it because I want to cut the same size mat. I want to be a little bit lazy and just cut it all at the same time. And I don't want to sit there and cut around the picture, so I'm thinking I'll do that. Anyways, that's what I'm going to start with. So let me do that, and I'll come back on and let you guys see me assemble. All right, talk soon. Okay, everybody, it's Christine. Quick check-in. What I've done so far is I took the little pictures I showed you, and I've cut them, and I've kind of wonky matted on, you know, this kind of coral color here. And I decided to do that. I started to make them normal, but honestly, I kind of like the wonky. And then I decided I have inked the edges of this paper and the little coral pieces with the gray Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide. I just liked it. And then I did go ahead, and what I've decided to do, it doesn't really call for this in the sketch. It was more square stuff, I think, or I don't know. There's like a circle here, and then there's a circle up there, and then, you know, just kind of different little things. But I decided to pull out my hexagon dies because I was real proud when I got those. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull those out. Now, I haven't gone through and inked the edges of these yet. I think I will. But I'm going to basically make the little bases for these little mini embellishment clusters. The tricky part, I think the title may be supposed to go down here. So I'm going to have to put a little, I think I'll put the title here just because I do have lines. I like the lines to kind of organize the title. So what I'm going to do, and is before I put it back on, I'll put it on fast forward in a second, is I'm going to glue this down. I'll probably go ahead and glue these down because I know that's where they're going to go. I have debated on drawing like pen marks, but I don't think I'm going to do that because the hexagons are kind of encroaching now where I might draw a pen line. So I'm not going to do that now. But then I'm going to ink the edges. The other thing I got to do is I do have, you know, as I mentioned to you earlier, these stickers. And I kind of thought maybe to use this camera or something, but it may be a little too large. So I'm going to have to kind of look at that. Oh, it may work up here because this is kind of large. And so I may want to do that. And I may want to cut out a couple of these just to kind of create my little clusters. So I may do that also before I come back on, just so I have it ready to go. And I'm not going to have you sit and watch me fussy cut. I do also have these figure 1, 2, 3. So I may actually cut some of these out because I think those are kind of neat. You know, 1, 2, 3. Just kind of put those randomly on there. So I have a few little things left to do yet before I come back on camera, because my camera part, I'm probably going to do like the assembly and title work and stuff like that. But I'm going to do a few little pieces of fussy cutting. So just want to see where I just want to show you guys where I was, and we'll come back soon. Okay, guys, it's me. So we have, at this point, I have inked all my edges of everything I want to ink, and I have glued them all down. And I do the title first, and I'm just going to call it simply Wax Museum initially here. I do use a little foam font on the top. And then I'm going to use the Obed Marshall, I think it was called Fantastico was the collection, the little small letters, the puffy letters out of that collection to spell museum. And I think those are just adorable. I'm so pleased I saw those. I think it was Scrappy Adam that I saw them first. And I'm like, oh, I have to have those. And the nice thing is the set of letters come with like 2 full-on sheets of lots of letters. I may need to get some more because I think I've used almost all the, I haven't used all the E's, but I've definitely made my way through them. And I do really like these letters. So anyway, I just spell out Wax Museum on this lower right little hexagon here. Now again, on the sketch, I don't really know that it like has a title. I guess maybe that's where the title goes. It's got just a bunch of stuff down there. No, actually, technically, no. I'm looking at the sketch now, and the title technically was supposed to go in the second row, second from the bottom there, where I've got the triangle-y looking paper there, but that's okay. I like where I have it. It's good. And so then I've got these little figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. Y'all, I set these down and they get moved like 3 or 4 times and they don't end up where I stuck them a minute ago. Well, they kind of do, but they kind of don't. At this point, I'm really just kind of taking all the little pieces of stuff that I knew I wanted to use and I'm gluing them down. Now, this is the first thing I go with is this camera, this little coral looking camera. And I found the words real life in some wood, self-adhesive wood veneers. And I thought that was just funny. It's kind of a, you know, obviously these are wax figures. So honestly, I just thought it was kind of funny to put real life on here. Bit of a tongue-in-cheek or whatever. So, yeah, just a little satire or something. Anyways, I'm going to put the figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3 up on foam tape. And I'm going to put it on top of a couple of the pictures. No real particular reason the ones I picked other than just visually I thought it, you know, drew my eye around the page a little bit with figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. I almost wished, I had mentioned on one other video, I wished it had like a figure 4, you know, more figures, but they just repeated figures 1, 2, and 3 a couple times. So, oh well. Anyways, I'm going to just put those up on foam tape. I do just use, I have to tell you, I fell in love with grid layouts. I want to say maybe it was the last time we had 30 days. So it might have been March. I don't remember now if it was March, if it was the September cycle, but I remember doing some of the sketches. I think it was a couple, 3 sketches were grids or something. And I just fell in love with the grids. I think this is so neat that you get to make like little tiny layouts in each of your little squares if you want to. So I give my upper, how do I want to name these? The one with the big orange camera up there, I've stuck it down. I kind of like it. And then I had fussy cut those 2 little cameras there, the green and the gray. I thought to use this little date. It's like a banner, the word date on it. I end up not using that. I leave it sitting there and I kind of work with it. I set it aside even thinking, well, I'll find a spot for it. He does never make it on the layout. In fact, he goes in the trash. And I know, don't gasp. It's okay. I did like this little black chipboard frame. It says collect moments. And I end up just creating a little bit of kind of random embellishments down there. But for the moment, I do also have these little phrases. Y'all, I don't remember where they come from, but I have about 4 or 5 sheets of them. I want to say they're Tim Holtz is what I think they are because they have like random different phrases. And they say stuff like, well, the ones I stuck on here, I'll just tell you. I've got delightful, exploring, curious looking, a little bit of everything. There's a strange fascination, to be preserved. And then underneath the title, I put a fortunate find. So I'm kind of leaning toward like, I don't know, like a, you know, again, it's kind of a found, you know, we found something kind of cool. So those are the little phrases I've kind of focused on. And then I have also this round chipboard clock looking thing that came out of a random set of embellishments out of my stash. I don't really know why I picked a clock, except it's got the colors on it. And I guess because we did spend a little bit of time in there, in my head, I'm going, well, we were in there for quite a little time. And then I also have these wood veneers from Shadney. They're like crosses. So there's some inside crosses. There's some circle crosses. There's like, you know, there's like crosses and all these things. And honestly, I just added that because of the real life wood veneer. I needed to add some other wood veneer just to kind of tie it together. And I just like these. And I did kill that little set there. So I just liked how it all kind of come together. And again, down there at the bottom in the lower left little hexagon down there, I don't really do anything other than just create a little embellishment cluster that's not really functional in any other kind of way. It just says collect moments with a bunch of little crosses down there. And I'm going to set them all down there. And I think I have one other little cross I put up over there on Clint Eastwood. And then I put some up there in the top next to the little orange camera. So I get all these kind of done. I think I even glued them down. I had to go off camera and glue them all down with my Nuvo glue. But I decided, you know, I need a little black splatter. I just decided I wanted a little bit of black splatter. Because I did feel like in some ways the little grid pieces were a little too disconnected from each other. And so I thought the little black splatter would kind of tie them together. And I kept my splatters, I tried to focus them around my little hexagon embellishments clusters. I didn't really want to get them on the pictures if I could help it, so I try to avoid it, but I just kind of put the splatters around the embellishment clusters. And that's really basically what I do, I think. I don't think I add anything after. I contemplated enamel dots. I even went and got my little container out and everything, and after I started looking, I go, no, I really don't want to do that. I have enough going on, and I've got my little splatters, and I think that's good enough. So I'm really pleased with this. I got 11 little pictures from that wax museum. I still have some more, if I'm honest, but they were the ones that are kind of a little bit better, and so I'm going to make a layout with a little bit bigger pictures on those ones. But I'm going to slow it down so you can see it. Take a look there. Don't forget to check out all the links below. This is day 8, so you're going to see a whole bunch of people playing along. And, of course, there's 30 days of sketches, so don't miss that on any of those. And don't forget to check out my Instagram. Do like and subscribe and all the goodies. And we will see you next time. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.